joining us at the Economic Times Education Inspired Summit. Really appreciate your opening address. So we have some candid questions for you. From leading large corporations to driving innovation as a venture capitalist, how has your leadership philosophy changed over the years?
Well, it's changed from being very narrowly focused to very broadly focused. Because as you grow older, you realize the impact of business and what you do on society. And you understand that society has to improve to make you more successful. So if you're a successful business person or an academic or anything in society, you have to spend a part of your life building up society. So when society improves, you improve. I think that's a big learning that all of us get as you grow.
That's a big learning. Thank you, sir. You have had a remarkable journey from leading Infosys to shaping the venture capital space. What's the most valuable lesson that you have learned along the way?
Well, the most valuable lesson we learn along the way while we build our career is that life is about people in society and you have to carry people along. Change comes when people change. And people will change when you have the force of logic and understanding and you're able to convince them what needs to be done and how it has to be done. You have to be open, transparent, collegial, and make sure that the power of conviction, the power of knowledge, the power of reason pervades whatever you do, and you have got to lead by example. I think these are things that you learn as you grow.
That's great. Considering the global research community's growing adoption of open access publishing, what drives India's significant investment in the One Nation, One Subscription program, and how do you see it shaping the research ecosystem?
You see, time was when knowledge was free.
Yeah.
A time was when society changed knowledge, let's say exchange knowledge with everybody, and knowledge was free. But as society became more commercial, knowledge became constrained, and knowledge was published and hidden behind paywalls. And you had a time when you had to pay a lot for knowledge, and they became restricted to certain classes who can afford to pay. Now, with this open subscription, what government is trying to do is essentially open up the accumulated knowledge of humankind and research so available to every young person. I think, but that is something that we have to consider deeply because the internet now is becoming the depository of knowledge, where all knowledge accumulated since humanity began is freely available, and more people are going to open source. So this is in my view, a temporary phenomena, where those that are backed by paywalls and by publications who keep it to themselves are possibly to be opened up to others. But in future, as ChatGPT and other open AI systems develop, they'll be able to become the primary source of information and knowledge. So I think this is an intermediary step, but it's a very good step which gives access to our students.
Thank you. As someone deeply involved in philanthropy and social impact, how do you balance business goals with creating meaningful change in the society?
I think we have to clearly understand that we have to first create wealth. Wealth has to be created ethically. Wealth has to be created in a legal manner, and wealth has to be created in a manner that you do not destroy society. But you have to create wealth. And once you create wealth, the power of wealth is the power to give away and change society. If you believe that wealth has to be created and kept for you for your enjoyment, you're going to be disappointed because there's a limit to what human beings can do or consume. But the power of wealth is the power to give away to other people and to make sure society becomes better. Because society becomes better, that can be your true legacy. If somebody says, I'm going to make a lot of wealth, I'm going to become a billionaire, that's going to be a legacy, I don't think society will respect you. Society respects people who improve society and help other people to come up. That's where you find that whom we respect are people who helped others. I mean, yes, there are people who have made a lot of money, but if they accumulate money, they become part of the feudal class, which is not accepted societally, and rightly so. And lastly, the satisfaction you get as an individual in your life of being successful is not a satisfaction of having more houses, more cars, more trains, more planes, or whatever you do, but the satisfaction that when you walk in society, people look up to you and respect you. Respect, I think, is the most important attribute that one must accumulate in life.
Absolutely. And with that, we will close this. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. It means a lot. Thank you.
Bye-bye.